This evening, first, tension rise in Sophia as a protest over proposed teachers' salary increases leads to a fiery roadblock. We'll bring you the latest on the arrests and the investigation into who might be behind it. Next, a 19-year-old security guard faces several years in prison for breaking into a home and then escaping custody. We have the full story of this brazen crime. Then, a new multi-million-dollar facility aims to boost Guyana's agro-processing industry. Learn how the state-of-the-art dehydrating plant will benefit hundreds of farmers and potentially open doors to international markets. Plus, residents in central Georgia could soon see relief as GWI works to resolve ongoing water quality issues. Find out what's being done to address the murky water and what compensation might be offered. And in the regional news, Brazil's President Lula da Silva takes a stand, refusing to recognize Nicolas Maduro as the winner of Venezuela's recent presidential election. Could a new election be key to resolving the crisis? Stay with us for these stories and more coming up on tonight's broadcast. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 16, 2024. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, police swiftly responded to a protest on Dennis Street, Sophia early yesterday morning, where the road was blocked by a series of tires, reportedly in response to dissatisfaction with the proposed teacher's salary increase. Upon arrival, officers found approximately 15 tires obstructing the road, which was allegedly placed there by 3 men on 2 motorcycles. Police gave chase and successfully apprehended one of the suspects, now in custody. According to reports, it is suspected that local teachers might have paid the men to carry out the roadblock as part of the protest against the salary proposal. During their investigation, officers discovered 16 flammable gas bottles, 2-gallon bottles containing what appeared to be a flammable substance, and several additional old tires in the vicinity. The police have removed the items and further investigation are currently ongoing. On Wednesday, the Ghana Teachers Union officially rejected the government's proposed multi-year salary increase for teachers, which included a 10% raise for 2024, 8% for 2025, and 9% for 2026. We now turn our attention to the courts. 19-year-old Jamal Haley, a security guard of Sophia, will spend the next few years of his life behind bars for the offenses of breaking into and larceny and escaping from lawful custody. Haley was sentenced when he appeared at the Golden Grove Magistrates Court before Principal Magistrate Judy Lachman on Thursday, August 15th. Both charges were read to him and he pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. Haley was arrested on August 13th for breaking into Onessa Gibson's house on 1st Street, Caneville, East Bandamarara, and stealing items. Following his arrest, he also faced a charge of escaping from lawful custody. On a different note, a new $14.3 million dehydrating facility was commissioned at Plantation Hope Estate on the east coast of Demerara, set to benefit over 200 farmers and agro-processors, including women and youth. The state-of-the-art facility, capable of processing 80 kilograms per hour, will help extend the shelf life and increase the value of various agricultural products such as fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa said the government is dedicated to enhancing agro-processing in Guyana, emphasizing that this project aims to boost farmers' income by adding value to their produce. The facility, equipped with modern dehydrating techniques, has already attracted interest from 26 farmers and agro-processors in the region. General Manager of the New Guyana Marketing Corporation, Tushan Lal, noted that the facility will position Guyana to meet the growing global demand for dehydrated fruits, with potential export markets including Trinidad and Tobago, Chile, and Brazil. The Hope facility is part of the government's commitment to establish nearly 15 agro-processing facilities nationwide by 2024, a significant step towards the nation's agricultural development. Stick around when we return. New school blocks to enhance education in East Bandamarara, and GWI under fire for poor water quality.
good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized gear, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Beccaphonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. The Guyana Water Incorporated is working to resolve ongoing water quality issues in central Georgetown by this weekend, according to CEO Sheikh Bash. Residents have expressed frustration over discolored and turbid water, with some reporting long-standing problems. The issue began a month ago due to high sedimentation levels caused by dredging activities and heavy rainfall, which affected the water supply from the East Bank Conservancy. GWI is currently cleansing the canals and flushing the water system to improve quality. Bash also indicated that GWI is considering offering relief to customers who received poor quality water but were billed during this period. The company is reviewing the situation and will issue a formal statement. The water crisis has led to significant customer dissatisfaction, especially after GWI issued a payment notice amid the ongoing disruptions. In other news, several new school construction projects are set to enhance educational facilities for students in the East Bank of Demerara region. A $74 million new block at Diamond Secondary School will soon provide additional space for approximately 750 students. The soft turning ceremony was led by Minister of Education Premani Chan earlier this week. The project is expected to be completed in 7 months. At Tuckville Secondary, a $74.9 million block is underway, featuring 16 new classrooms. This project is expected to be finished within 6 months. Additionally, a $143.9 million teaching block is being built at Campbellville Secondary School, including 8 classrooms, 2 sanitary blocks, and a staff room. Completion is anticipated within 11 months. Construction is also progressing on other secondary schools in Region 4, including Christchurch Secondary, North Renveld Secondary, Prospect Secondary, among others, and they are expected to be ready for the new school term in September. Don't go away after the break. Earthquakes in Japan, authorities list mega quake warning, and Ukrainian attack on Sucha turn Kyiv into frontline. Russia claims gains amid fierce battle.
Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva says Brazil does not recognize Nicolás Maduro as the winner of Venezuela's presidential election last month. He says a new election may be the solution to the crisis which has engulfed Venezuela since the vote. Al Jazeera's Lucy Newman has this report.
A little over a year ago, the leader of Latin America's powerhouse, Brazil, welcomed Venezuela's isolated president, Nicolás Maduro, back into the regional fold. Lula da Silva shocked many with a fiery defense of Maduro, saying that charges against him of authoritarian behavior were nothing more than a narrative. But following the highly contested results of July 28th's presidential elections in Venezuela, Lula has changed his tune.
We do not recognize Maduro's victory yet. He knows that he owes an explanation to his country and to the world.
Shortly after he spoke, Lula's foreign policy advisor clarified before Brazil's Foreign Affairs Committee.
They say that I'm a friend of Maduro's, but actually, I'm more of a friend of the truth. And we have to work for the truth. I repeat, Brazil will not recognize a presidency that is not based on the results of the votes.
Lula is now suggesting a new way out of a crisis that has led to mass arrests of opponents and at least 24 deaths in protests, as well as international condemnation of elections that President Maduro insists he won. Brazil proposes a new election that would be overseen by impartial international monitors, an option U.S. President Joe Biden was quick to support, but which just as quickly Venezuela's opposition leader rejected.
I ask you, if we go to a second election and they don't like the outcome, will we go to a third and a fourth, a fifth, until Maduro likes the outcome? Would you accept that in your country?
¿Aceptarían eso en ustedes en sus países?
Soy
The suggestion is unlikely to please Nicolás Maduro either, who still has 6 months left on his current administration. Long enough, many worry, for the opposition and international opinion to ease the pressure on him to prove that he really won. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, authorities in Japan have lifted a week-long warning for a so-called megaquake. The warning was issued after an earthquake last week, but it led to some experts questioning how scientists predict future tremors. Al Jazeera's Rob McBride reports.
In one of the world's most quake-prone countries, experiencing around 1,500 tremors per year, the 7.1 magnitude quake last week was considered unique. Occurring on the active fault line known as the Nankai Trough, it led to fears that it could trigger a much bigger quake.
We looked into whether the possibility of a future earthquake has increased or not. We concluded the possibility is higher than normal.
The government took the unusual step of issuing a formal warning, leading to some panic buying as people tried to assess the danger.
We're all concerned but don't know how to prepare. In our neighborhood, all the rice, toilet paper, and water are sold out.
And disrupting travel plans at a peak vacation time for many Japanese.
So large numbers of cancellations. So a lot of hotels are out of pocket. People, when they go to the beach, find that you can't swim for the next week because of a heightened anxiety in the government that maybe the big one will happen this week.
Studying records of quakes going back hundreds of years, many seismologists in Japan have concluded the country is due to experience a so-called mega quake, the kind that modeling shows could cause a 30-meter high tsunami wave with hundreds of thousands of deaths. But the lifting of this warning after an uneventful week has left other experts questioning how predictions are made.
There's a kind of childlike belief among some researchers that quakes occur in regular patterns. But research has shown that that belief is rubbish. There's absolutely no scientific basis for conflating the patterns of past quakes with what's going to happen in the future.
And as life returns to as near normal as it can in a country under constant seismic threat, there's the knowledge that whether they're predicted or not, there will be more quakes. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera.
Finally, following a Ukrainian attack on Sucha in Russia's Kursk region, the city, now a strategic frontline, remains fiercely contested, with both sides claiming gains. The surprise Ukrainian offensive has exposed vulnerabilities along the Russia-Ukrainian border, challenging Moscow's control. Al Jazeera's Dorset Jabari reports.
This is what's left behind after a Ukrainian attack on the town of Sucha in the Kursk region of Russia on Thursday. This city is now on the front line after Ukrainian forces pushed into Russian territory on August 6th. As battles continue for control of the strategic border city and vital gas hub of Sucha, both sides are claiming to have made gains here. Sucha is home to a pipeline that continues transporting Russian natural gas to Europe despite the ongoing hostilities. Meanwhile, Russian forces claim they are slowly pushing Ukrainian forces back. This footage released by the Defense Ministry shows a number of Ukrainian paratroopers killed in the village of Borky in the Kursk region. Russian officials also claim that the Kursk region village of Martinovka was cleared of Ukrainian forces. That's located about 8 kilometers northeast of Sucha. Similarly, the village of Krupets, northwest of Sucha, is also back in Russian control. Just south of Kursk, a drone attack hit residential homes in Shebekino in the Belgorod region, injuring at least 5 civilians. Hours later, local officials declared a state of emergency in the entire region.
Our commission looked at the situation in the Belgorod region and made the decision to declare a federal emergency on the whole territory of the region. In the near future, we will explain what this regime means for the affected districts and for the affected residents.
And with the state of emergency comes more forces. The defense minister, Andrei Belosov, announced additional troops will be deployed to Belgorod region. The move comes as thousands of people in the western regions of Belgorod, Bryansk, and Kursk have been evacuated, with no clear idea when they will be able to return home.
I believe that not only the Russians were taken by surprise by the sudden success of the Ukrainian breakthrough, and many in the West were really surprised. I believe the Ukrainian political military leadership is also surprised right now how successful they turned out to be tactically, and maybe is at a loss what to do next.
While officials in Russia are preparing for the worst, this offensive has highlighted the vulnerabilities of the 2,000-kilometer land border Russia shares with Ukraine.
President Vladimir Putin has vowed to kick the enemy out, and defense officials are confident they can push the occupying forces out of Kursk with reinforcements on the way. With each passing day, this surprise offensive continues. It's becoming more of a real threat and a real embarrassment for the Russian military. Dorsa Jabari, Al Jazeera, Moscow.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's TV2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to Facebook and YouTube. We will be off for the weekend, but you can tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other and do have a wonderful weekend.